If altcoin gems make millionaires, then you're going to want to know about these two altcoins that I have to talk about in this video. Now, I have proof that I've been able to call out 100x altcoins before, and I'm about to show you right now. If you come over to my YouTube channel, you see this is me right here, and you see Research Coin, right? Research Coin is a coin I talked about late last year, approximately July 26, 2024. I even talked about it in my last altcoin video that I made last week. You should also go watch that video as well. But to get back on track, we called out Research Coin at a $14.7 million market cap. I want to show you something extremely interesting about the Research Coin chart. Now, this is on the max chart here, and this was Research Coin at its peak, sitting up at $143 million in market cap. That is a easy 10x. Now, we didn't sell the exact top, but we sold around the top late last year, 2024, and we got in, like I showed you before, at only a $14.7 million market cap all the way back in July 26th of 2024. If you had been subscribed to the channel, you would have made an easy 9x to 10x. And currently, you'd be up around a 4 to 5x or so. So these are the type of altcoin gems that I'm providing on my channel extremely early. And I have two more I want to share with you today. Now, before we get into the two other altcoins, I want to explain to you what Research Coin is very, very quickly, because this is one of my highest conviction plays. Now, Research Coin is actually on the base chain, and it is founded by Brian Armstrong. One of the top names, if not the top name in crypto today, has founded a coin like Research Coin. Just take that in for a second. So the owner and founder of Coinbase also founded and is the owner of Research Coin. And somehow Research Coin only sits at a $67 million market cap at the moment, which to me is absolutely bonkers. I said the same thing in my last altcoin video because I talked about Research Coin in my last altcoin video. It was just absolutely crazy. But these are the type of early gems you can find on my channel. So leave a like for that as well. And also leave a comment below about any altcoin gems that you've been looking at. And also share this video out so more people that you can help them make money. Because there's no sense in being selfish. The same way I found out about Research Coin early and shared it to our community, I would like you to do the same for somebody else. So go ahead and do that for me, please. Now to get into the first altcoin of the day, which is XtraFi. Now, XtraFi is a DeFi play. I say this so often, but I love DeFi tokens. I think DeFi tokens have consistently shown over the past couple cycles that they are some of the best performers, and you can't do anything decentralized without a decentralized application like XtraFi, because XtraFi allows you to swap. They also allow you to stake. They allow you to farm, provide liquidity, lend as well. They do a bunch of things, and this is all done on the base chain, which is one of my top 3 chains for this cycle. But to get back on track, obviously, XtraFi is a yield and borrowing platform. This is the main thing that they do. They also allow you to farm, and they also allow you to lend. Now, something very interesting here is that they actually have $70 million in TVL locked on the platform. Now, if you know anything about TVL, that is the true determining factor of the value of a product, because that's how much people are willing to invest in your platform and how much they're willing to contribute in your platform in various ways. So the fact that XtraFi is only sitting at currently a $8.6 million market cap and the TVL is at $73 million, that is a massive arbitrage and an easy, in my opinion, an easy 8x from where we stand right now, which is why I'm giving you this altcoin gem at the time that I'm giving it to you. Now, not only is it built on Base, it's also built on Optimism as well. And you can actually get USDC APY, so you can stake a USDC and you can earn yield as well. The ecosystem partners are absolutely massive, which is another major reason why I want to talk about XtraFi today. And this is something that I talked about before on my channel, but I'm bringing it back to you because it seems like Bitcoin is about to have a pretty parabolic rest of the year. We've cracked all-time highs. Congratulations to everyone who stuck around and stayed focused during the sideways parts of the market. But they have massive partners like Optimism, Base, Layer Zero, Chainlink, OKX, Velodrome, Aerodrome, which we talk about. We love Aerodrome. We actually got into Aerodrome at a $7 million market cap. Absolutely crazy at the beginning of 2024. Nuts. PancakeSwap, Ether.fi. We're not going to spend too much time on LP rebalancing and locking and all these other things. If you want to figure out what some of these things are, I have videos on my channel that I'll actually post in the link in the description of this video, where I do a lot of liquidity providing on Solana, and I show you how to break down and make passive income on the Solana network, so you can check that video out for yourself after you finish watching this video. And then it shows some of the pools that you have here where you can go and pair up and provide liquidity and earn an APY over the year, which is not bad. And you can also use leverage. Now, unless you're experienced and have been in pools like this for a long time, even as a trader, I wouldn't really advise you use leverage. Leverage, ladies, and liquor will be the first three things that always always come first when you're talking about money and losing money. So I stay away from leverage most of the time. I'd only recommend using leverage if you absolutely know what you are doing. Okay? Absolutely know what you're doing. You can also lend some of these assets out as well and earn an APY. And they've also been audited by some of the best auditors in the game. So you know that this platform is also secure, and it more than likely will stand the test of time. Nothing is 100% for sure, but that's what we hope when we invest in crypto. But I also want to make it clear, very clear, that a lot of these altcoins, just because I'm giving you these altcoins plays, doesn't mean that they're going to play out the way I think they do. The reason why this is a potential 100x is because 100x is you only have to get to a $860 million market cap to have 100x. And in the midst of a massive bull market, especially the most parabolic time, the last month to month and a half until the cycle tops, is usually when you see these massive overvaluations, and especially in stuff like DeFi. So this, to me, to get in now is it's a no-brainer, because at the very least, I expect to have a 1-for-1 with TVL and market cap, which is an easy 8 to 9x. Easy. 8 to 9x. More likely than not, I think we'll definitely see 100x for XRFI as well. To get into the next altcoin of this video, the third one that I'm talking about of this video is Alienbase. Now, Alienbase is one that I also got into very, very early. I got in, I believe, at a $4 million market cap. Not at the exact bottom, because it was actually sitting at, I think it was like $150,000 or $160,000 market cap, which is absolutely bonkers, which means it probably already did. Yeah, it already did 100x if you got in that early, which is nuts to think about, but we're not even going to talk about that right now. But this is another DEX on the base chain. Now, the reason why I like Alienbase is because they have great branding. They actually did a rebrand. It actually looks a lot cleaner than the original site looked. And I just thought the name Alienbase was pretty clever, which is why it caught my eye when I was researching and trying to find tokens to add to my portfolio. Now, I'm just going to walk you through the site quickly. We're not going to spend too much time on this site, but you also can do things like DCA, set limit orders, reoccurring orders. If you watched the altcoin video last week, this is more similar to Turbo's Finance. I suggest you go and watch that video. The link will be in the description. You can also earn yield, and you can also provide liquidity as well on your crypto assets, of course. And another massive reason why I want to talk to you about something like Alienbase is because they have massive backers. Bancor, right? They have Open Ocean, they have Paraswap, they have TradingView is a partner, right? Coinbase Wallet, again, another big partner. So they have big backers behind them that are willing to invest in their token and their platform, right? You have to understand something about VCs, and this is something I explained in the last altcoin video. VCs like to make money, right? And VCs are also early adopters. So when people get all butthurt about VCs, they don't understand that these are the people that are pumping your tokens. VCs want to make money because they own these tokens. They invested in these tokens early. So it's in their best interest to watch these projects do very well. So they usually have more money flow into these platforms, and more early stage investors and more funds usually pile their money into these projects because they want to see their investment do well. So having VCs back your particular token or project is actually a really good thing. The only thing that you need to be wary of is when that time comes in the market where everything is exploding and greed is over 100, it's maxed out. You need to be able to take profits and leave the market while you're still ahead. 95% of people this time around will walk away with absolutely nothing again from this market. You don't want that to be you. So do your best to pick the right projects, but also do your best to take profits and DCA out of the market, right, when we're hitting those top signals, the same way you would DCA and ladder into the market in a bear market, right? You can't play one side well and call the bottom without selling at the top. You're not going to make any money. You're going to be a bag holder, and you're going to become a perpetual community member. We don't want that. We want to make some money. That's why we're here. To get into the price and the metrics of Alien Base, currently sitting at just under $20 million market cap. Super, super early. Let me reiterate, okay? We are nowhere near a top signal yet. If you look at something like the ISM that I talk about in my Bitcoin and market update videos, the ISM is barely creeping up towards 50. So the ISM has to crack at least 58 before we even get into thinking about selling any of our assets. High 50s, low 60s. And we're not even close to that yet. But also a big reason why I want to talk about Alien Base. Look at the chart and how well Alien Base has recovered since the lows, right? We dropped all the way down to around the $6.6 million market cap, and it actually held this floor pretty well. If we're looking at the chart here, this floor right here was support, and we actually held support. Now, understanding that your success and your future is completely dependent on the decisions that you make throughout this market, click on one of these two videos to inform yourself to a greater degree. And I would definitely consider subscribing to the channel as well to stay up to date on everything that's happening in the market. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.